Wonderful. I thought it's not recording. So let's move further. Yeah. Good morning. Welcome to Python World. And today I'm just giving an introduction to Python, how Python is going to impact an individual. When I say individual, anybody can learn Python programming. Now, if you look at some of the schools, colleges, universities, we just started with a programming language called Python. Python is general purpose, high-level programming language. It's been implemented. It's available in the market from 1991. Its first version was released, but it was available from 1989. And the Python is created by Guido van Rossum. Now, wherever you go, whatever the job description you take it, it could be data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, DevOps, cloud migrations, or cloud architects, or part of full stack development, or part of day-to-day operations of your system admin job, or QA engineer, or many others. Even if you're not from IT background, even as part of research also, they are using Python. To say simple, Python is like similar like Linux. When I say Linux, it's not an operating system, but Linux is everywhere. On your phone, on your laptop, on your workstation, in real-time work machines. Everywhere Linux kernel or Unix kernel is available. Similar way, if you want to automate, or if you want to implement some logic, or if you want to come up with some kind of business algorithm, you want to fire against a available data, whatnot, you can do everything with a Python. So with the help of Python, you can do a lot of stuff. I just want to drive you towards programming language. Maybe you may be from Python background, or sorry, you may be from programming background, you may be from non-programming background. But I just want to make you understand, if you planning to choose a programming language as your first programming language, then the first priority is Python. And how we can start up, let's understand it. I'm using a Mac operating system. On my Mac, I have a text editor which is called Visual Studio Code Editor. Here, I'm just discussing about agenda for today. We'll be discussing about what is Python, why Python, who uses Python. I see Sai Rohit has joined. Hey, Sai Rohit, could you please put it in mute? That's wonderful. Thank you. We just started. We were waiting for almost like close to 7 to 8 minutes, and we just started the session. Please continue with us.
Sure.
We'll be looking into various topics, like as I'm just listing, what is Python and why Python and who uses Python. And with the help of Python, what we can achieve if you're learning today. So with the help of this, what all you can do with the help of Python. And where you can see in Python world. And we'll be looking into some basics of Python. This is agenda for today. And first, let us understand what is Python. Python is general purpose, high level programming language. It's part of functional, it is part of object oriented, it's part of scripting. So that's the reason I'm calling it as general purpose. You can use Python in everywhere. The Python which we download from here, from this particular official website called python.org, and this Python is called C type of Python. Maybe you heard that Python is into JPython, C Python, types of Pythons. Nothing but one programming language is called Python. If you are using C code part of Python, then you go with the compatible C libraries part of Python. Similar way, Java, it is being used part of Python code integration. That is called JPython, nothing but Python. So you'll be downloading official software from python.org. Python is open source. Anybody can freely download, install, configure, and they can use it for any purpose. The one which we download from here is by going to downloads. Based on your operating system, if you are part of Mac, select Mac OS. If you are Windows, Windows. And this entire tutorial will be on, a course will be on Python 3.6.0. As of today, Python 3.6.0 is a stable version. Like we look for 3.6.0. Here we go. So from here, you can download any one of the URL based on your architecture. The first three are related to, again, it has 64-bit and it has 32-bit. And it has web-based, it has executable, it has embedded. So based on your operating system, you can just download one of it. After downloading on your operating system, you need to install it. Once it is installed, open a terminal. I just open a terminal. This is my OS terminal. Let's verify Python version. Python space -- version. By default, on Mac, on Linux, on Unix, part of these operating systems, Python 2.7.x version will be available by default. Part of Windows, you need to download and install it. The one which we are looking for is latest version, but on my machine, I have multiple versions. If you look at my machine, I have just Python 2.7, 3, 3.6, and 3 versions I have it. If I want to use particular version, what I will do is I'll just use Python 3.6 space -- version. I'm able to access the version from the terminal, and as I said just now, Python is general purpose, and Python is into two different modes. I can use Python part of terminal, which is called interactive way of programming, or I can use Python as part of my IDE tool, integrated development environment. Part of that, I can launch one of Python based tool, PyCharm. PyCharm is the one we can use this particular tool for coding. You can use PyCharm, or you can use Visual Studio Code, the one which we have here. I can use this particular tool to code entire my Python code. For that, what I'll do, I'll just open a new window. This is my Visual Studio Code, which is called IDE tool. Here, before I continue, I would like to go with the extensions. Part of extensions, I'll be looking for one of the extension called Python. Just look for Python, hit enter, and try to install a linting debugging. a linting debugging plugin. Just click on this. It's already installed on my machine. This one is already installed on my machine. So what all I can do is here, it has IntelliSense, it has linting, it has code formatting, it has debugging, it has testing. It has Jupyter notebooks, and it has environments, and finally refactoring. And then just keep on saying all these words. Maybe you get confused. Nothing to worry about it. When you're working on this particular tool on Visual Studio Code, we are installing a plugin called Python ms-python.python. This plugin consists of these many features, and these features will help you while working on the code. When I say while working on a code, here I'm creating a folder. Let me create a folder, or I'll open a terminal. I'll just open a terminal here. I have a terminal option. Go to the new terminal. I'm checking where am I. Then I'm creating a folder saying that Python day 1. I just created a folder in current location. Let's go inside this folder. Here we go. I am part of this particular folder now. This folder I'll be opening over here. Users, username, and the user room directory. And just created Python. It's going back again. Python day 1. This is a folder I'm opening, part of my IDE. A folder I open. Now what I can do is I can create a subfolder, or I can create a file. Now I'm creating a file over here saying that hello world.py. If you just pay attention here, I'm just removing this .py. Now .py. See, that symbol has appeared here. The Python symbol has appeared. So this is called linting, IntelliSense, all these features. After installing this plugin, I got all these features. What I can do here, I can write simple Python program here, which help us to understand. Let's go in a layman way. I don't want to make you more in depth. I just want to go step by step. The first line, whenever you write a program, always we write with the comments. In Python, there are multiple ways of comments. When I say multiple, you can use hash, you can use single quotes, you can use double quotes, you can use single triples, you can use double triples. For what? For commenting. For comments purpose, you have these many options as part of Python. As I was saying, Python can be used as part of interactive programming or scripting way of doing. When I say scripting, it's not like you're writing a script. Scripting is nothing but a file. I just created a file, and this way is called scripting way of doing it. If I want to do it with the help of interactive way of programming, then I'll go back here to the terminal. I'll just type here Python 3.6, hit enter. Where we are part of interactive terminal. Here, I can just create a variable saying name. The name is Guido Van Rossum. He's the one who created Python, and I'm just calling a variable. I got the value. And I'm creating another variable. Python was created in 1989, and The first version was released in 1991. First version was released in 1991. Was created. What I'm trying to do here, I'm just creating variables and I'm assigning values to them and I'm calling them without echo, without print. I'm just calling them as part of interactive way of programming. If I come out from here, if I relog in again to the terminal, these variables will not be available. Why? Because we have opened a temporary shell and we just started working on it. When you exit from there, whatever the variables were created by us, name was created. These two were variables, and these two variables has some value, and that is value is enclosed in quotes. It's called string data type. Now, when I relog into the terminal with the help of Python 3.6, when I check it, I see the variable is not available. We ran into an exception. It says that exception is name error. Name is not defined. Yes, it is not defined, and this is called interactive way of programming. Let's come out from here and go back to the file, which is called scripting way of programming. And here I was talking about comments. Before we write anything in a file, in a program, if you, let's say you're working with a program, what we do is we create a comments. Here at line number 2, it's for comments. I said just for comments. Part of comments, I can say. Let's say I'll just remove this one. I want to give information here. Comments in Python programming. So particular line number 2 is commented. Python was created by Guido van Rossum. Line number 4 is commented. And Python was introduced or created, let's say created in 1989. First version was released in 1991. Python is general purpose and high level programming language. Now, whatever I have written in this particular file, all are commented. Part of comments, there are various ways to use comments. One with the help of hash, one with the help of single quotes, opening and closing, one with the help of double quotes, the fourth one is single triples, and the last one is double triples. Now, if I save this program, I saved it. I want to execute this program by using a terminal. I open a terminal, which is part of Visual Studio Code, and I'm checking where am I, and I'm checking what I have in the current location. I see a file called helloworld.py. I want to run this particular program. How? With the help of Python space name of the file. And I see nothing. It has printed nothing. Why? Because we don't have variables here, or we don't have any function, or we don't have any class here, and we are not calling them as well. You just written is some information, and this is called comments. When you execute your program, if it is under comment, then your interpreter is going to ignore it. Means it is not throwing error. For example, I will remove this particular comment here. Save. And I'm re-executing the program. Just pay attention. We ran into an exception. Exception is at line number 4. And name of the exception is syntax error. Description is invalid syntax. And it is giving the line number as well. Line number and the output, the line what it consists. So we ran into an exception. When this is compiling, we are running into an exception. How this is going to compile? How this particular code is being compiled? As it could be a comment, it could be a program. I'm going to write some variables here and we'll call them. But we want to understand how this is being compiled. Let's try to understand this. So before that, I'll just write a small code over here, and that code we will execute. Then I'll try to, I'll try to kind of do some tweaks. Here we go. This is just comment. When it is a comment, Python is going to ignore it. It's not going, see, while executing, it's under comments, it does nothing. Now I'm going to write some variables. Yeah. Save the code. Now, first name. Please pay attention on my variable creation. Variable or identifier or left operand. It has 3 names. The one which I written is first name, and this is called left operand or a variable name or identifier. And after equal sign, I need to provide some value. So value is, if I place in single quotes, if I don't place in single quotes, I'm just writing a value saying that Guido is a name. And we call a variable part of print function. Print is a built-in function as part of Python. Part of this, we'll call a variable first name. I'm trying to call a variable called first name as part of this particular program. I ran into an exception, which is name error at line number 7. And the name of the description of the error is name. Guido is not defined. It is treating as 2 different variables. So when you are assigning a value to a variable, you must place inside the single quotes, double quotes, single triples, or double triples. Now, save and re-execute it. We got the output. We got the output. How it has been compiled it. Now this has been compiled. Let us try to understand here. Now, as on my Mac OS and my Mac OS, I installed Python and I'm using an IDE tool called Visual Studio Code. And top of this, I'm coding. I just created a file which is called. I created a file. The file is hello world.py. When I'm running this particular file with the help of a command called python space hello world.py, I'm running this particular file. As Python is installed, it has Python it is going to see whenever you execute Java code is being converted into JVM, Java Virtual Machine. Similar way, here also we have a Python bytecode. And this Python bytecode is going to convert into Python virtual machine, like Java virtual machine, JVM, Java virtual machine, similar like Python virtual machine. It is going to execute over there. Java bytecode or Python bytecode or C bytecode are going to execute where? Under their JVMs or PVM, Python virtual machine. There it is going to execute, and it will convert. What I have written is, this is called high level. I have written English, plain English language I written. And this is going to, whatever I have written, computer should understand. Computer only understands, as you know, that ones and zeros. It understands this, as you all are aware of it. So now I'm making a point here. I'm just created a program, and this program, I'm just executing it. When I execute, how the system is understanding and how it is giving output. I'm running on Mac. If I run it on Windows, if I run it on Unix, if I run it on Linux, it's supposed to work. How it is being executed. When we install Python, it has Python virtual machine, JVM, Java virtual machine, how it is. Most of you are aware of it. The similar way, it is also has JVM, PVM. So on it, PVM is going to convert this Python bytecode. This whole thing is going to convert into machine code. Machine code. And finally, it gives output in human readable format. When we execute code, the code is going to travel like this. Even the same logic is applicable for Java. The same logic is applicable for C. You have C program, you have compiler, and it is going to execute. Part of C language, if you go with the C language, this is C code you have just written hello world, and it is going to compile it directly. Compiler is going to convert the code into machine code. What is nothing but ones and zeros. If it is a Java, let me make you point on Java. You have a Java code with you, and the Java code is going to compile, compiler, and the compiler is going to convert that into Java bytecode, and using JVM, Java virtual machine, and finally it converts into machine code. Then you will see output ones and zeros. The similar process applicable to the Python as well. You have Python code with you, then it is going to compiler, you have like, for example, you are just executing Python code, it is going to compile with the Python bytecode. For example, if you are working with Python along with the Java, and you have C modules also inside, you have C and you have Python Java related modules, then it is going to be C Python. If it is a Java, you are using a Java modules part of Python code, then it's Jython. And remaining process is similar, like rather I copy this one. Sorry. The similar process is applicable from here. And let's give it a minute. Yeah. So this is how it is going to execute zeros and ones. So the reason why I'm explaining is, when you see the Java code is not going to execute part of operating system based on the CPU or operating system. It is going to use a JVM, Java virtual machine. It is going to convert Java code into machine code. Similar way, Python code is also executes, it compiles, and it runs in Python bytecode. Then it is going to be converted into Python virtual machine. The Python virtual machine is going to convert the code into machine code, which is nothing but a zeros, ones and zeros. Ones and zeros. This may be slight confusing to all. No need to worry about it. I'm just trying to make a point how a code is being executed as part of any operating system. That could be Java, C, or Python. This is a small introduction to how a code we write and how it is going to compile it. If you want to see a diagrammatical explanation, I think this is fine for now. Let's move further with one program we have written after installing Python. And this program has been executed by us, and which is available over here. And this is called scripting way of doing it. And I would like to go ahead and discuss about what we can do with Python, what all the advantages, where we can use Python, and after learning this Python, how can we transform from current state to that particular state after learning Python. Let us look into that. I just want to create a new file over here. Here we go. Python can be used part of, let me make a point. I'm talking about one particular use case now. Let's go ahead. Python can be used part of, for example, I'm just going with, let's say you are working as a sysops. Sysops. When I say sysops, is nothing but administration. Part of administration. You may be from Windows background, you may be from Unix background, you may be from Linux background. Part of your day-to-day life, what you can do, wherever you come across manual activities. And these manual activities, you can automate it using Python. To say simple, Python can be used by administrators. Say ops guys, ops, sysops, nothing but administrators. And Python can be used part of QA. Part of QA, which is nothing but a testing team. What they can do is, whatever the code is developed by developer, that code can need to be tested in various ways. So if a QA engineer is aware of programming, with the help of this particular Python, he or she can integrate with Selenium modules, Python with automation modules. With the help of automation modules, like for example, Selenium, he can do automation on a functional, on a smoke, on unit testing. So whatever he has is day in and day out. The entire use cases, test cases can be automated with the help of Python. And let's look into DB. I can say DB developer or DB admin or data warehouse or a lot of data analytics. Let me talk about this. So being a DB guy, database administrator or developer or a data warehouse engineer, what you can do is your day-to-day job consists of various jobs. You'll be running various batch jobs. You'll be taking off reports, you'll be running backups, you'll be running restores, a lot of stuff you'll be doing. This whole process you can automate with the help of Python. Your day-to-day batch jobs or could be any either, could be anything, like a lot of will be there. I don't want to list everything. I'm just giving one example. You can automate your day-to-day batch jobs with the help of Python. I just want to talk about in terms of developer. Part of developer, what you can do is using Python, you can create a web application, and these applications are static, dynamic, and event driven, and etc. If you're a developer, if you're working with a Python, then you must know Python with a framework, which is called, example, Django. Along with the Python, you must know Django framework so that you can create your web applications. Let's move further. I would like to talk about DevOps perspective. Being a DevOps engineer is the one who plays a vital role. He will be from code commit to code deploy, or from a business plan to an idea to production. So he'll be part of creating a CI/CD pipeline, continuous integration, continuous delivery pipeline for any kind of application. While working this, his job is to set up entire pipeline from code commit to code deploy. You can automate with the help of Python. If I talk about Python on AWS, for example, using Python with Boto 3 module, it can do entire infrastructure automation with the help of Python with Boto 3. You can create resources. You can launch Linux machines or Windows machines or Windows or databases or storages, whatnot. You can do a lot of stuff. And wherever you come across manual activity that he can automate, he or she can automate, whoever is part of DevOps. Now, part of cloud. If you are a part of a cloud migration team, you'll be using Python with Boto 3, and you'll be working along with the infrastructure automation from code commit to code deploy. Then apart from this, we see a lot of other things, which is called AI, artificial intelligence, ML, machine learning, data science. Part of all this, you are supposed to use Python. Of course, you can use R, but Python has huge modules, huge support. So part of artificial intelligence, part of machine learning, part of data science, part of multimedia, part of scientific computing, part of text processing, part of image processing, part of GUI applications, whatnot. You can use Python everywhere. So these are the major advantages with the Python. When you learn Python, so with the help of Python, what you can do all this stuff. As of now, I believe that I have just tried explaining all this. So before I continue further, I want to take your confirmation. Are you clear with it? Is my explanation is clear to you all? Sai, you have unmuted. You can talk to me.
Yeah, yes, Keshav, it's clear.
Wonderful. That's great. So I'm just creating a folder where I can share the notes with you as of now. I'm sharing via GitHub account. This is a running notes.txt. We have written a code first. Before that, we have just discussed about agenda. Let's go back to the other file. Here is the agenda for today. After the agenda, we have just discussed about the program. Then we looked into the what all use cases with Python. I'm just coming to the master branch. Here we go. So this is a repository. You can find the running notes of today's. I'm just sharing the URL. As you all are aware that everyday notes is being shared via GitHub account, and the video will be available after an hour or close to 2 hours. So part of this entire session, what all we are going to do, we will be looking into various use cases. Like whenever I'm discussing a particular topic on a Python, so we'll be dealing with various real-time cases, and I'll be giving some assignments to you. You need to work on those assignments. It's like working on each topic level assessment. I'll give 5 to 6 questions on each topic. After I complete scenario-based topics, then you have to work on them. And your tasks need to be submitted, and I'll review your task, and I'll be helping out you all. I believe this is clear until now. Any queries, concerns, feel free to ask me. And regarding when we are going to start this Python daily sessions, we will let you know. And we just started with today, day 1. And we want to just have an introduction to everybody, what you're going to learn and how I'm going to teach. You should understand it. And what you're going to learn is here, Python basic and advanced programming, where by the time you complete this program, you'll be in a position to understand what is programming language. And if you look at somebody's code, let's say you got some code, you'll be in a position to read entire code, understand how the code is being written and what is the logic. You can debug the code, and you'll be in a position to modify, or you'll be in a position to reuse, or you'll be in a position to write a similar logic, kind of clone logic. Or you'll be in a position to, by end of this program, you'll be in a position to write small programs by yourself. First is, whenever you look at the code, you'll be in a position to understand the logic, what it has been written, how it has been written, and what was the business purpose. Once you understand this, yes, learning a programming language is all about its everyday ritual. You need to spend some time on programming. You need to come up with the various logics. You need to deep dive into it. That's how it comes. Whenever I teach, maybe you feel like you are aware of it, but still you need to invest your time. Other things, technical things, that's fine, but programming is all about your logical analytics. The way you think, then you can code it. I believe it's clear with everybody, and I enjoy teaching this to you all, and we'll be catching up next session. And whoever has joined today for Python, yes, for you guys, you will have a session about day 1 again. This is just introduction to the Python, and we'll have a day 1. And my existing students, yes, we have our daily sessions from tomorrow. It is not, we will be deep diving into Linux from tomorrow. Today, I just want to give an introduction so that even you will be aware of how our Python will be, how we are going to learn Python, what all we are going to learn Python. So because of that reason, I just planned a introduction to Python session today. If you're clear, please do confirm. Based on your confirmation, we'll wind up for today, and we'll catch up in the next session. I got a confirmation from Neil. He is clear. I got a learner. I see Baba. Baba, are you clear with this? If you have any queries for me, please do let me know. Sankar is clear. Chala is clear. Baba is clear. That's wonderful. Sai is clear. That's too good. Yeah. Thank you all, and I wish you have a wonderful day. And I wish you happy learning and happy coding. Just code along with me, so that by this end of this session, end of this program, you will be in a position to feel yourself as your programmer. Definitely, that confidence I'm going to give you. And again, this will not come like that. You need to spend your time. It's all about your time. Even though how well I teach, it's all about your valuable time. Yeah. Until then, take care. Happy learning. See you in next session.